Good afternoon and welcome back to Pretty Petty Politics. This afternoon, I am joined by the beautiful, fabulous Marvelette Hunter, who is my cousin in my head, but we'll talk about that later. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor and privilege to be with you
Yes,
today.
I'm so happy you're here. Yes. I had the opportunity to meet her this summer. I kind of broke the news that there was going to be a big announcement to my followers prior to her launching, and I proudly submitted my donation to her, my first one, while online with you all. So I have her here. She's amazing. She's doing great work on this campaign trail. Can you believe you're campaigning for office?
I cannot actually, because I never really thought about doing it for myself until recently. So yes.
Well, we're happy you're here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So, as a viewer, the first question is always tell us about your first time voting or a memorable time voting.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do memorable.
Okay, come on, memorable.
Memorable. That would be 1991.
Okay.
I was new to the city of Houston.
Okay.
That's when I moved here. And the very first campaign was, guess what? Sylvester Turner running for mayor.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I voted for Sylvester Turner for mayor.
Awesome.
Now, I was new to the city, as I stated, and this was a part of our, church group, our volunteerism and, polls, whether it's pews to the polls, that kind of effort.
From the pews to the polls,
from the pews to the polls. And I was at the Community of Faith Church.
Okay.
And I ended up being one of the women for Turner.
Okay.
Working as a volunteer on that campaign. And I remember us going in, we did the little caravan all the way down to Acres Home Multi-Service Center.
Okay.
And voting. And it was so, I just remember feeling empowered watching all of those cars just kind of come down.
It was like wonderful. A caravan.
It was a caravan. It was
great. I love that.
It was wonderful.
So you said 1991. You just moved to Houston. Tell them where you're from, girl.
Oh, see there. Okay, so I am from Jacksonville, Florida.
She's a Florida girl like myself.
Yeah. But I was, my family moved to Tampa, but I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes. Yeah. And that's where my mother's roots are. So that's why I say we cousins.
We are
cousins. We're going to figure it out.
We just have to go a few more questions and then we'll get there.
We'll get there. Well, I'm so glad you're here today. So she is running for Congress, Congressional District 38.
38, yes.
Now, before we get to Congress, tell us why you would dip your toe and then your foot, and now you're fully submerged. Why are you in politics?
In politics, period, not just 38.
Not just 38, period.
Okay, period. Well, first of all, I have been in politics now for, I guess it's been over 10 years, having served with the late Congressman Sylvester Turner as his chief of staff, and also serving as his chief of staff when he was mayor for 8 years.
Yes.
So that really is my political experience, working with him. But I have to be honest, I would not have run had he not passed away. Here's why. I knew that working with him, I was doing great work.
Yes.
I knew his motivations. I knew what it was like to get up every day trying to help people and make their lives better. And I knew I was contributing to that. And I would have continued to serve like that. But then he passed away. And then I had to decide for myself what I was going to do next. And God shared with me that I should run. And here's the thing. It was like this revelation of be the leader that you're looking to get behind. Because I've always been behind great leaders.
I love that.
Absolutely great leaders.
Can you repeat that quote? Be the leader that you would want to get behind.
Right.
That's incredible. That's a word. Somebody put that in the comments. That's good.
But I have had the honor of working with some great people and who are servants and heart.
Yeah.
From here. And it was just fine for me. because I knew where they were. But now it's time for me to take all of that experience, exposure, those circumstances, and roll all of that up and step forward to lead, and especially at a time like this. Now, here's why really I'm doing this, is because I feel like we're in a constitutional crisis. Right
Come
now.
on. Yeah.
And it's not just constitutional, it's spiritual,
It's warfare.
It's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything. But it's a constitutional crisis that I really feel like the only way to turn the situation around is to elect leaders that really listen to us and are concerned about me, my family, my future, what's important to me, and not just the top 1%.
Yeah.
I have children who are in college right now, so I'm an empty nester.
I met your son.
I know you do.
Yes.
Isn't he handsome?
He is. And he's very, very polite and kind, and just, he's good with people too, because he was working that room for you.
He is. He's just wonderful. But 2 college students, and I cannot say to them that their life would be better than mine, or the rights that I enjoy, that they would enjoy them. I really feel like it is a constitutional crisis, and I can't sit on the sidelines and just allow that to be without trying to be a part of the solution.
Yeah.
So why politics? One, I probably will be still working with Sylvester Turner
had he not passed.
But 2, in the absence of him, I have to step forward to try to be a part of fixing what all of this is, because I really feel like we have an opportunity now, and if we don't take it, that it could be no more.
Yeah. I love that. I love your disposition about it. It's because it's about the future. I keep hearing you.
It's the future.
And the words that you're saying, you may not use that term, but it's the future. You're considering how do we progress forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And when you have children, you think in those terms.
Yeah.
Or
you better.
Well, you should.
Yeah.
You absolutely should think in those terms. But,
Oh, good. Wow. Okay. So you work for Mayor Turner and then Congressman Turner. So that means you, in addition to all the other stuff that we're going to talk about in a few minutes, you get to bring to this office, when elected, sworn in next January, you get to bring in perspective from being right there, understanding what local government entities are dealing with and what their needs are, because you've seen it firsthand. And you also get to move in a way that many of your colleagues who will be sworn in for the first time next year, they're not as privy to, because you've worked on the Hill in a very different kind of way. Being a chief of staff on the Hill versus being an intern,
huge difference
and responsibility. And you probably you wouldn't tell me, but I would imagine you've probably seen some things and had to give advice in certain manners. So you are ready for the job day one.
And that is a slogan. Now that's a slogan for real. Ready day one.
There are very few people that I've sat down with or have met that I can say that about.
Right.
But you would be ready day one because of those experiences.
And let me tell you what else is important.
You and Jordan Thomas, the 2 of you.
That's right.
Y'all are day one people.
Absolutely. Day one people. But the other thing that's important is relationships matter. Right. And you're one of 435. So you're just one of you. It's not like serving as mayor of the city, right? It's not like that. You have to be a part of a body. Right? Just one vote. And this delegation that represents Texas, you have to know the people that you're working with and try to deliver results for the people that you represent. And so relationships are important. And so whereas some people maybe, they'll go up to Washington, D.C., get sworn in and try to figure out where the restrooms are. It's important to know how to just navigate that structure in Congress. And I do have that experience. And that's something that my opponents don't have. So I'm happy to talk about that because I think it's what distinguishes me from them, right? Actually knowing how Congress works. Some people can talk about what they want to do, but they don't really know the first step in actually being able to implement that.
Yeah.
Once you get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good. It was serving as chief of staff was great. Now, after the congressman passed away in March, I continued to serve as the chief of staff for the 18th.
For the district.
Yeah. And I served until December 31st of 25. Now, it was interesting because we did not have a congressional leader, right? So we could not vote. But we continued to provide constituency services, and we served under the jurisdiction of the House Clerk. So we were nonpartisan, if you can believe that, for the 18th, right?
Right.
That's really hard.
That's hard.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, that's hard to swallow.
It's hard to swallow. It's hard. It's even harder to live through because, but what you realize, or what we realize, is that without us continuing to serve the people, there would be nothing.
Representing the 18.
Absolutely. So their calls coming in, their casework, educating them on what's actually happening.
People still had needs.
You still have needs. So that whole long drawn out period of not having representation to vote, they still needed things.
Yeah.
And we were there to provide it. So I was happy that we were able to do that.
And I love that you stuck through it, because all of us would have understood if you would have sat down, because you would work for him and with him for so long. And so I want to just say this to you. Thank you for your service. And thank you for your strength through all of this. Because I know it's been hard. You don't have to say it.
I don't have to say it. But you know what? We were grieving as a staff. But the city was grieving. The country was grieving. I mean, this man had some extraordinary reach, right?
And influence.
And influence, and his family. And so after that, the first thing was making sure the person that he loved more than anyone else, his daughter, right, was okay.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, making sure that my staff landed well, because they eventually all would leave that office. And then I had time to think about me and what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was very difficult.
Okay, give me your hand.
Okay.
In the midst of that, someone you love with your whole heart, you lost your husband.
I did.
And girl, I'm a Cancer.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay. But you pushing through that, it spoke to me about who you were. Like we've had our talks, but it really showed me something about you and a purpose that is on you. So as much as we thank you for showing up and continuing your role with the district, you're still doing that despite your own loss. So you got hit. As I was telling a group of friends, I'm like, she got 2 punches
in
back
1
to
year.
back.
Yes.
Yeah, within a year of people that you honored, loved, and you had their back and they had yours. How are you doing?
I am getting through. Grieving is like someone said to me, swimming in mud.
It is.
It is. And I had to think about that. What does that really mean?
It's hard.
It's hard, and you get really tired doing even a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. But my faith is what got me through.
Yeah.
So losing one of my best friends, 34 years in March, and then losing my husband in December of the same year. I kind of came to God as like an empty vessel and saying just, okay, I'm here. Now what? And he shared with me that it's perfect because now I can fill you with everything that I have for you to do.
Hold on now. I felt that just went through me. It's perfect.
I'm just telling you.
It's
because
perfect.
we are in our weakness, we are strong because of our faith.
Yeah.
And some days, so in answer to your question, how am I doing? Some days it's difficult. And And then other days it's not so much.
Mm-hmm.
But grief is not this thing that you just get better and better
No.
every day. It is something where it's up one day, down the next. It just comes in waves and you just don't really know.
Yeah.
But every day you have to start off asking for a measure of grace.
Yes.
And God has been faithful and he's given it to me every day. I dare not ask for more than a day at a time. But that day, I get what I need.
Yeah. Mm. How long were you married?
23 years.
Wow. You're resilient, honey.
23 years.
I have a bad day. I'm going to bed. Shoot. You're just going. Listen.
23 years.
I really do admire your strength. And I'm sure there are hundreds of other people who are inspired by your faithfulness. You know, that's
what I prayed for.
Yeah.
That's what I prayed. Because you want to, you know, when you go through experiences, it's not just for you, it's for others to be able to glean something from that. Or whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but for them to be helped in some way. That's what you would wish for.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, that year, 2020, I said at church one day, 2025 was a
sucker.
It was a sucker, and I couldn't wait for it to be over.
Yeah.
And now I'm in 2026, and God is going to do some extraordinary things in 2026, I believe.
I believe it too. Yeah. Well,
so I didn't cry.
Need that swim through mud.
Cry.
I didn't either. You helped me.
So you need to stop right now before we.
No, I'm just gonna say I need that mud quote. You have to get it to me later. Okay. I record it because I lost my dad at 20.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a kid, and like your kids. And I used to tell people,
that's how my daughter is.
Yeah, I was like, it's love with no place to go, but I worked through it, and so I pray. I pray that your kids, if they have an ounce of the faith that you have, they got way more than enough.
Well, you only need
a mustard seed.
You need a mustard seed, but they are, like you said, 20, right?
Yeah.
And 21. So I mean, just young, very young, and very close to their dad.
Yeah.
And so my whole fear was that it would just shatter their world. And so, as I pray for them every day, God is telling me what you need to do is direct them to me. You can't be everything to them. Mm-hmm. Don't try to be mom and dad.
Yeah.
You can't be everything to them.
And you poured faith into them.
Yeah. So now just kind of lead them to me.
Yeah.
To feel the void that they feel, the pain that they feel, and take that away from them.
Yeah.
But so they're strong. And my husband, and I'll just end on this, but my husband said to us, don't stop. I asked him about the campaign because we started that together. He said, don't stop. I told my son, don't stop. He graduated in December from college.
Oh, wow.
And he wanted to go to graduate school.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. My daughter is graduating this year, early, straight A's from UT, and playing softball.
Yeah, so y'all at the game.
She plays on the. She's really good, right? And he said, "Don't stop." So we always knew he was there for us, supporting us. He was one of those people in the background, didn't talk much. We always knew where he was. He was right there, pushing us forward, supporting us in every way. And to lose that, then we all just were looking around like, oh my God, what? And that's the perfect space for God to come in and fill.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the tough question. We don't have to ask no more tough questions. That was it. But I also think it was therapeutic and necessary for us.
It is.
But also for the platform, for the viewers. And it allows people to see who you are at your core. You're human. Now, you always perfectly put together, manicured. My girl, she eat, right? But, a vase can still be a vase, even if it has some cracks in it. Still, there's some use.
Absolutely.
And so let's move on.
Okay.
So we made this announcement in July.
Yes.
And we're now in February. And baby girl, you done raised some money.
I have, and I just am so grateful that people have supported in the way that they have.
Mhm.
I love being a candidate. I don't like the fundraising part as much.
I know.
I don't. It's
I
kind
know
of
you don't.
hard.
It's hard.
But someone said to me, stop thinking that you're asking for money for you.
That's good.
See, because it's hard for me to ask for stuff for me.
Mm-hmm.
I say, it's not for you. You can't use a penny of that. It is for the
To operate this
campaign
campaign.
and to move forward on the priorities and the platform that you have to help someone else. Think of it that way when you're raising money and you're asking for money. It's like you're not giving it to me,
Right.
right? And it made it a little easier. Still wasn't the best, but it still wasn't. It wasn't the best. But to raise, and this is not a lot of money, but we raised over $125,000.
Yeah.
Right. That's public knowledge, so I'm not saying anything that's not already out there. But small donors.
Yeah. Everyday people.
Over 300 people giving like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing because it says that people are excited about the candidate, the issues, the platform. They want to get engaged.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, some people can write checks
Mm-hmm.
to support their own campaign. But when you can say that I have over 300 people, because
That
when
believe in
people,
me.
when people give their money, that's a vote.
Now we
I'm
need
sorry, you can say that.
900 more, y'all,
I know.
to give. Oh, let me just go ahead and say this. This is who I'm endorsing for Congressional District 38, without a doubt.
Thank you.
I'm very principled. If I put my money into your campaign, you can count on my endorsement, and I will not interview anybody else in your race because then I wouldn't be integral.
That's good. Yeah.
But I'm excited for your race, and I'm excited for you.
Yeah, thank you.
There's so much you're going to be able to accomplish.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, listen, I think what people don't realize about 38.
Mm-hmm.
Can I talk about 38?
Yeah, let's talk about 38.
Let's talk about 38 because I don't think people realize this. When you asked me, well, why? I thought you were saying why 38 because a lot of people do ask that question. But I've lived there for 21 years.
Yeah, that's your
raised
community.
My family there, worship there, volunteer there. So that's my community.
That's
home.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to fight for home.
Come on.
Okay.
Y'all heard that Florida come out of her?
Okay, y'all heard that. Right?
Okay.
So, but it's more diverse than people think.
It is.
It's far northwest.
It is.
Number one. So here's 38.
I had to pack my lunch to go out there.
I know you're going to need a lunch. So here we go. It is far northwest Harris County.
Yes.
So far north is Tomball, Cypress, Spring Branch, Jersey Village, and come all the way down to the villages of Memorial.
Yes.
That's huge. It's nicely gerrymandered.
Very nicely.
Very nicely gerrymandered, right? But it is still diverse. Now, 50% of that population is minority. Most people don't even think about that, right? They're thinking high income, but 50%. Now, to win it, you need a coalition.
Yes.
Can't do it with
alone.
No, you cannot. So you need a candidate who can bring people together.
Yes.
Right? And so 26% is Hispanic, 11% is African American, 10% Asian, 4% other. You have to bring those people together.
Yes.
That's what can put the district in play. And that's what people are counting on that we can't do.
Yeah. I remember the day your congressman. Your congressman stepped down and announced he's running for Senate.
Yes.
And I laughed and I hit her up. But I also thought to myself, well, at least now somebody will be there when it's time to vote.
Yes. He does have the worst voting record in Congress.
Yeah.
Yes. But you know what's worse than that?
What's that?
I don't know if it's worse, but let's just add it as another thing, is that he's not responsive to people even calling. So constituent matters and staff in an office coming from the 18th where people expect you
Yes,
to answer that phone,
you better.
you better, and take care of my issues. My
Mhm.
issues are important, right? That's what we do, and we do very well in the
Mhm.
18th, right? For real. 38, you can call, you're not going to get a response. You can email, you're not going to get a response. He's not in the community. He's not showing up at events, not holding a town hall. So basically ignoring those
The
very people
constituents, his employees,
that sent him to
his
DC.
employers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So not voting is really bad.
Mhm.
But add to that not being responsive.
Yeah.
Now you've got like, why? Why are you even there? Other than to further your own, you know, resume
Yeah.
as one's, this, I need this seat so I can go to the next
To do
seat.
that next seat. Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
So one of the things that you just said it, but one of the things I believe people will get from you being in this position is constituent services
Absolutely.
at a high level.
High level.
Because again,
Mhm.
you know what that looks like. You've done it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so that's something that the 38th, you and your neighbors,
Have never had.
yeah,
Because
and
it
you
is a fairly new
it's
district.
the
so
newest
it's the new
district.
district. Yeah.
It's one of the two newest districts
Mhm.
in the state. 38. And we have 30. We only have 38 districts.
That's it. The last one.
Yeah, and so I'm excited for Congressional District 38 because you all have the opportunity to elect and be represented by someone who understands what it means to show up for your constituents, as well as to show up for those votes, as well as, learning and having probably been involved in some policy,
Yes.
and
Yes.
working with fellow members
Mhm.
of the House and their staff. So that respect is already there.
Already there.
Not given, but earned.
It's earned. It's earned. And it's really important. Those relationships matter. I've got endorsements from, you know, congressional leaders, state representatives, local elected leaders on
Mhm.
council, Harris County commissioners. My endorsement list is based upon people who have worked with me, right? Not just saying, oh, I'll endorse you,
Mhm.
but people who've actually worked with me, seen the work that I've done, and say, I think she would be great
Yeah.
in Congress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what we need today as representatives, we need people who are not afraid of people.
And can I add, and
Yeah.
like people?
Yeah.
Because some people running for office actually don't like people. It really is baffling. It's baffling to me. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, it's baffling to me.
Yeah.
You don't like people,
Yeah.
but you want to lead them
Yeah.
and represent them.
Yeah. That's real. That's real. So in January, sworn in,
Mhm.
what can voters and constituents, because there are constituents that are not voters, not everyone can participate, some are minors,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But what can
Mhm.
the communities, the several communities in the 38th, what can they expect from you in the first, let's say, 100 days of
Mhm.
you being in office?
Mhm.
What type of pattern will you set for them, for
Mhm.
their expectation as you
Mhm.
serve them?
Mhm. Well, there's a lot that happens going in, and having gone in with the late congressman, I'm just seeing how those 100 days go really quickly.
Yes.
Right? They go very quickly. And that first part of that, you're trying to figure out what committees you're going to be
Mhm.
assigned to, right? And you're trying to jockey for those positions and how
Mhm.
you can best represent your constituents. But the first thing, and this is what I say, is that you have to be ready on day one, because there is a window of opportunity where I believe that Democrats are going to flip the House.
Yes.
And with that comes some abilities to move on legislation.
Mhm.
But the first thing that we've got to do is push back on some of these divisive, regressive, just absolutely horrible policies of the Trump administration. We have to try to roll back
Yeah.
some of that, right? So that's first. And then we can start building and putting forth laws that, and supporting laws and writing laws that could actually benefit the people that we represent back in the district. So my priorities going in, and I'm making sure that my priorities line up with the people that I'm looking to represent. So it's not just, I'm not representing the whole city.
Right.
I'm representing 38, right? So affordability is priority number one.
Yeah.
Because I know people think that everyone in 38 might have some money, but everyone doesn't. And even affordability is relative.
Yeah.
So what's affordable for
these prices high as downtown buildings?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So affordability, lowering the cost of living.
Yes.
And that's everything from food and housing and insurance and childcare and all of those things that matter. That's crushing, just working class people.
Yeah.
So affordability, lowering the cost of living, making sure that wages keep pace with the cost of living, which we need to deal with the minimum wage.
Yes.
Right. But expanding healthcare access.
Yes.
So affordability, lowering the cost of living, expanding healthcare access. And I look at healthcare, and I know people say it all the time, but I really believe it. It is a right.
It is.
It's not a privilege. And after losing my husband to cancer, right? I can't imagine going through that and not having insurance.
Yeah.
And people do it every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
That has to be the most horrible experience that anyone can go through if you see a loved one suffer and you can't even take them to the doctor, right? So expanding healthcare, and then public safety. Those are the three priorities that I'm focused in on in my district. Now, some people say, well, what kind of safety are you talking about? Well, safety, covers a lot of bases. It's not just police patrolling
and crime. Yeah.
I'm not talking about that. When I say safety, I'm talking about safety in your home, safety in your schools, safety in the parks, safety, with just being out on the street, everything. So I'm talking about infrastructure, right? Streets and infrastructure. I mean,
bring on that appropriation money.
Thank you. Bring those dollars to invest into the community. I think people in 38 have PTSD about, storms.
I think we all do.
Well, we all do in Houston, right? Because you've had 7, and under the mayor's administration, 7 federally declared disasters in 8 years. And we managed through all of that. But Houston we do have PTSD.
We do.
And we want to make sure that the streets and the roads and the drainage and all of that is taken care of. And we need someone that's voting,
talk about
that's
it,
showing up,
yes,
and making sure that those resources are coming back to the community. Everything that I've mentioned as far as an issue, Congress has something to do with it and can help. Now, I'm not saying that Congress can be one-all solution for everything, every problem that everybody has, because we can't. But when you talk about housing, the cost of housing, affordability, it's a supply and demand issue. There are programs where we can produce more housing, which can bring the price down, right? When you talk about wages, people working 2 and 3 jobs just to keep a roof over their head, we can take care of that. We can raise that, right? When you talk about healthcare, why are we only talking about the subsidies going for 3 years as opposed to making those permanent?
Right.
Why wouldn't they be permanent if you've got a tax cut that's permanent?
Come on.
Right? So all of these things are things that Congress could do something about.
Congress has the power.
Absolutely.
And the purse strings.
And when you're talking about keeping our communities safe, this ICE issue, that has to stop. They have to get out of our communities because their presence is making us all less safe.
Yeah.
So all of these things are things that are impacting people every day.
Every day.
Congress can do something about. So when people, look for me or what is it that I'm going to do, one, I'm going to show up. You're not going to have to wonder where I am. You're not going to look for me. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to get up every day trying to see how I can make their lives better, whether it is supporting legislation or pushing back on
some other legislation
that is going to make their lives hell.
Yeah.
Right. So it's both of those. Right. And I just want them to be able to, at the end of the day, look and say, did she support small businesses like she said she was going to do? Did she, increase access to capital for these small businesses? Try to reduce the overburdensome paperwork on these small businesses. How many businesses did she bring into the district? How many dollars did she bring into the district? Right? I mean, did she move on any legislation that helped to lower the cost of housing or produce more units? I'm willing to be graded on that. And if I'm not successful in delivering that, they need to see me out there fighting for it every day.
Yeah.
But I think people are tired of people just saying they're going to fight. They want to see some results.
They want some results. People want receipts.
I need some receipts.
You need some receipts. So I'm really excited about this opportunity that is ahead of you.
Yeah.
Tell people about, because I was blown away by your background. She is a Florida A&M University graduate, Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University graduate. She's a Rattler.
I'm a Rattler, yes.
But professionally,
yeah.
What's your background before you became this political and this chief of staff? These hidden skills.
I'm so glad you asked, because most people, that's all they know. Okay, she was the chief of staff for the congressman. She was chief of staff when he was mayor. But I have a 30-year career, and I'm just happy to talk about it.
Come on, let's talk about it for a minute.
All right. So yes, I am an architect, real estate developer, small business owner, and I develop apartment complexes. And my niche has been senior housing. So providing affordable senior housing. I produced over 800 units of affordable housing on my own as a developer.
I love that.
As a developer. And so that's kind of what I do. But my undergraduate was at Florida A&M in architecture. I have a bachelor of architecture. And then I have a master's in regional planning. From Cornell. In New York.
She's a smart girl. Very bright. So because you don't just go to Cornell. I mean, I'm just saying, fam, you've been turning people down for years. And she went to Cornell.
I did.
I mean, it's worth a celebration.
Well, it was certainly a culture shock, because I went from this wonderful warm weather in Florida
to freezing cold
to freezing cold. Okay, so fun. I brought a coat. I brought my winter coat in Florida and took it to New York.
No, it's not the same.
They laughed at me.
No, the weather laughed at you.
I know
the weather was like, "What you doing with that?
What you doing with that?
That's a little spring jacket."
So feather light. What are you doing? But anyway, okay. So architecture, Florida A&M, master's at Cornell, and then I went to work doing architecture. Right. I worked at the Pennsylvania Avenue Development Corporation. My first job at Washington D.C. That's where I was after I finished up my graduate degree. And before that, in between the architecture and the planning, I worked as an architectural firm. Right. But I realized I didn't want to just do architecture. I was more interested in how you impact communities. So not just the structure, but how does that structure impact the surrounding community? How does it fit into the fabric of the community? That's why I went back to school to get my master's in regional planning.
Gotcha.
So understanding planning and all of that. So I work at Pennsylvania Avenue Development Corporation in DC, and I get a call from the director of planning at the city of Houston.
Oh, wow.
And offered me a job on the phone on a Saturday, mind you. I had never applied for.
No, I didn't know you worked for the city of Houston as a planner.
I did. In 1991, I came to this city as a planner in the zoning division, newly created zoning division. Now,
we're not going to talk about zoning.
It shall never rear its ugly head again.
Oh, wow.
But I'm just saying, so here I am studying Houston, and the fact that this city is the largest city that has never had zoning.
Right.
I'm studying it in graduate school,
And then
and I get this call saying, we're putting together a zoning division for planners all over the country. We'd like for you to come and be a part of this. I was like, I never even applied for this job.
wow.
Never had applied. So, but I came here, and of course, zoning got defeated, and I had to decide whether I was going to stay.
Yeah.
And I stayed. So I worked at the City of Houston Planning Department. I moved over to Housing and Community Development.
Okay.
I learned everything about every federal grant program that the city has.
Okay.
Right? $60 million worth of grants. And how are they utilized in our communities? And who gets them? And
Yeah.
how do we get them? And how do you allocate resources? So I did that. And then I went to work as the founding executive director of the Third Ward Redevelopment Council.
Oh, wow.
I was the first executive director of that group doing regional planning and development for the greater Third Ward.
Y'all, I ain't know none of this.
I know.
I mean, every time I talk to you, it's like another reveal.
I know.
And this too about me.
But I'm saying, working with all of the nonprofits that were out there, the who's who was on my board. I mean, you talk about Aljanita Scott Davis, and then Bernie, Garnett Coleman. I mean, these were people like the movers and shakers in the city, who were sitting on this board and directing planning for the Third Ward. Everything that you see right now that has preserved that community is because of what the people around. Elwyn Lee was on the board. The people that were around that table representing the institutions in the greater Third Ward, in that community. And I was the first executive director. Sylvia Brooks, the Urban League, I mean, she was my mentor. But my other mentor was Roberta Burrows, and she actually did the plan for the greater Third Ward. She went to Cornell as a planner, and I ended up coming in and being the first director. So with that, I went into community development. Faith-based community development was my thing. I worked as the first director of my church's nonprofit.
Okay.
Started working for free. And you can find your ministry, right?
And being free.
I just want to.
Because I'm executive director, but it's free now. But it's coming.
That's fine. But that's
how the work is being
That's
done.
how I found my purpose.
Yeah.
In faith-based community development, because I was not being paid, but I started there first at the Community of Faith Church under Bishop Dixon, and we developed a single-family subdivision of 80 units, Dominion Estates.
Yep.
So 38 single-family homes, 44 townhomes, a shopping center, rehabilitated an apartment complex, all of that as the first executive director of that nonprofit. And then I went on to teach faith-based and economic development at the College of Biblical Studies.
Wow. Such a visionary.
Yeah. So taking pastors and lay leaders, where's all the land right now being held in our communities, right? And teaching them about affordable housing development and finance and how to do that work. And after that, I ended up being the Chief Development Officer at the Harris County Housing Authority, where I actually developed multifamily, tax credit, and bond financed housing for Harris County. Okay, the Chief Development Officer. I was also the Vice President of Community Lending at a major bank that was required by JP Morgan Chase, where I finance affordable housing, tax credit, and bond finance transactions. So using these tools to create housing that's affordable. That's why I say government can help.
Government can help.
They can help. They're not the full solution to everything, but they can help. So I'm developing this housing, producing housing, and then I decide I'm going to do that for myself. So I leave the nonprofit arena. I left Harris County Housing Authority, and I started developing tax credit and bond finance transactions as a developer, a private developer. And now I own a portfolio of multifamily properties across the region. And then I get a call from my friend who runs for mayor the third time and wins.
2015.
And I left my practice
to go
to work for him.
Wow.
So
goodness.
That just kind of,
baby, that's a resume. Let me ask you this. Did little you ever imagine all of this? The little 2 pigtails.
That little girl. Well, let me tell you, that little girl just knew she didn't want to be in the projects.
Yeah.
Okay. Because my life was very humble, right? It was a humble start. So my mom worked for, she raised us as a single mother, even though they were married, but they broke up early. They divorced when I was in the 2nd grade. Okay. So my mom raised us, and 5 of us, and she worked 3 jobs. And I was the first one to go to college.
Wow.
Out of my family, and the 2nd oldest, but I was the first to go to college. And even my mom did not have a college degree, you know, she finished her diploma, right? But she knew that the key to being successful and to changing the dynamics of our future was education.
Yes.
So she always pushed us to go to school, continue on, and just try to do as much as you possibly can.
She sounds like my grandmother.
Yeah. So she's working 3 jobs. We're taking care of the kids, and we are also studying.
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up going off to college. And let me just tell you, I wanted to be an architect since I was about 15.
Oh, wow.
And people are like, well, how did you get that? Well, I'm going to tell you. Of course, I did not have an architect in my family.
Right. How'd you come up with that? What building in Jacksonville made you want to be an architect?
It's not even that. It's not even that deep.
Oh, wow.
Let me tell you how simple it is. Do you remember the Brady Bunch? Do you remember what the dad did?
Was an architect. That was it. That's
I'm just telling you. That was my
It was enough.
It was enough for me to see, be curious about. And that sparked the interest. And then the rest was exposure.
And then it was nurtured.
Right. So I could draw. I was good at math.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's
kind of how it's just so, I know it's very strange. People are like, the Brady Bunch, what?
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah.
You are incredible. Just listening to all of this.
It's
exciting.
It's fun.
It's exciting.
I don't take anything so seriously. It's like, well, you can't talk about it. But you know, my family is you know, I think they're really proud of the things that I've been able to accomplish, but I would not be anywhere without one, the love and support of my nucleus, one, and my faith.
Yes.
Because everything, my whole life has been about that. You know, I gave my life to the Lord at 15.
Okay.
And every step from
He gave you that dream at 15. Ooh, won't he do it?
Every step from then has just been reaffirming of his plan and his purpose. And so when you have that, you just kind of walk in faith. And then you realize that you have a calling to live out your faith. I'm not saying everything's going to be perfect, because God knows it has not been. Certainly not 2025. But you know, you have a plan, you have a purpose, and God's going to see you through.
Yeah, he'll give you provision.
He'll give you what you need.
He don't give you a vision without making provision. So he's giving you this.
See,
you're going to trust him.
You know about that.
Listen, I'm a good country faithful girl. As we get ready to wrap up, I want you to share with our online audience where they can learn more about you. I don't think they're going to get none of this without watching this video, but where they can follow you online and donate.
Yes.
Sign up to volunteer.
Oh, please volunteer.
Because she needs field workers. She needs people who go out and knock doors and work the polls. Early voting starts Tuesday, all of those things.
I know. It's like a mad dash to the end, right?
Yeah.
That's where we are right now. But you can get information about my campaign at marvelettehunter.com. And they say you're supposed to say it 3 times.
Yes.
marvelettehunter.com. marvelettehunter.com. It is my name.com. And all of the information regarding my platform is there. All of the information regarding my endorsements are there. I have numerous, like I said, endorsements, organizational endorsements as well. But they can also volunteer. Just click a little box to say, I want to volunteer. We even got like a menu of things you can decide if you want to do, or even if you just want a yard sign, we can deliver a yard sign, right? And then I've got fundraisers. You can donate to the campaign online, but people have been extremely generous, and I am just so, so, so grateful.
Okay. You have social media?
I do have social media. Okay, so she's smiling because the first time that she talked to me, she came over and was like, you need to get on ... Remember the conversation?
I do. It was at her fundraiser.
She came to my first event and just started telling me off.
Because I was excited for her.
All this stuff. Oh, you need to get you some people that know what they're doing. And so I was like,
she's like, I got a son. I was like, do your mama.
I said, we're working on it. We're working on it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I think we're there, or we're getting there.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have Facebook, Hunter 4, the number 4 Congress. And that's the handle on all of them. So Facebook and X and Instagram and YouTube, we're all there. Our digital campaign is going right now. And so you'll see a lot of ads that are out there. But you can go to the YouTube channel and look at videos of things that we put out. But we're coming along.
They're doing good.
We're coming along.
They're doing
We're
good.
doing better than when we started.
Well, it was. Listen, I was excited. I was so excited. I was like, you got to do this, this, and this because of my excitement. I just felt like
But
it was something there.
That was helpful. What you said, everything you said was absolutely.
Because I was an absolute stranger. We had just had some internet, like that was it. But like that was our first time meeting. But
but you were right.
I just believe.
No, I appreciate it because you put us on. I was like, okay, we need to do this.
And shout out to the Wesleys, Linda, Cleveland, and of course my girl Courtney.
Yes.
Thank you, family, for introducing me to such an amazing woman.
Yes.
Courtney and I always say we're cousins, and we are.
Linda Wesley is Jack and Jill. That's Jack and Jill. Go way back with the Jack and Jill, and she hosted my Jack and Jill fundraiser.
Yes.
And that's where we
met. Yes.
That was great.
That was great. Yes. So thank you all for tuning in this afternoon. Remember, early voting begins next Tuesday, February 17th through February 27th. Get out and vote early. Go to Who Represents Me to find out who your representatives are and if your district has changed. Or you go to Harris Votes and look that way as well. But please check it out. And if you have not gotten your new voter registration card, still just look it up. You don't need the card to go vote. You just need an ID, a state issued ID, or of course your passport. But nevertheless, we thank you for tuning in today. We will see you this evening at 8:30 as we sit down with Tracy A. Gibson. All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Bye everybody. Thank you.